The last time I interviewed the two of you was at the end of 2012. We had about 800 employees and we closed $1.9 billion in loans that year. Right now, we're at close to 5,000 employees and in the last 12 months closed $12 billion in loans.
A lot of companies experience growth, nothing out of the norm, but we've seen it a little bit differently. What is fueling the kind of rapid growth that we've been seeing in the past few years?
It's not out of a result of exclusively focusing on where we're going. There's a lot of companies that have come out and they've thrown a stake in the ground and made bold statements about where they want to go and how many loans they want to do. What I think we've focused on more than any company I know of is who we want to be. And where we're going becomes a result of who we are. And who we are is that culture. And it's that servant leadership, it's that commitment to excellence, it's that commitment to using all the gifts, all the opportunities, all the abilities we have to glorify God every day. And that really has led to continued opportunity, and we just try to take advantage of that opportunity as it comes to us.
It's been the most fun part of this journey for you?
Seeing people grow. I think just giving people opportunity and watching them step into it. Ask them the question, man, if you exceeded your wildest dreams, what would your business look like in 12 months, in 24? When they throw out some crazy number of LOs and volume and influence they'd have in their city and lives they'd be impacting, and then, man, just watching them walk into that and live into that and seeing those dreams come to fruition. There's nothing, I think, more rewarding than seeing people live out their dreams in community, right? And celebrating that stuff in community. I think joys and successes are exponentially enjoyed when you share them with one another.
Toby, we always get a question asked of us. How do we keep our culture when we're this big company? We get asked that probably every 6 months. The next phase, every 500 people we add. How are you going to keep your culture alive when you grow into such a large company? To me, it seems like it's getting easier a little bit. What about you?
I'm really worried about that. First of all, we invest back into the employees, and there's a focus on the employee to make sure they know who we are and who they're expected to be. Any office you go in, you're going to see that culture. There's so much momentum today. If you come in and you're not a good fit, you will want to fit.
That question of how are you going to keep the culture as you grow is one of my favorite ones when guys ask, because they never see it coming and we go, are you kidding me? Man, we're not going to keep the culture. We're going to improve upon the culture, and we have. And that's one of the things I'm most excited about and proud of the last 8 years is that anything that was an element of our culture that we want to amplify, we have significantly amplified over the last 8 years, even since our last interview. I just got a number in yesterday. Do you know LoveWorks has now given out $1 million to team members in need in times of crisis? Now that was something that Toby or myself or some of our other leaders might have done organically 4 or 5 years ago. That is now a formal process and system and structure that's supported with full-time team members that are loving and caring for the people that are really in need, and that's incredibly exciting. I think we're doing a better job of loving and valuing our community and the people within that community than we've ever done. And I think over the next 4 or 5 years, as we start to put Thrive initiatives and proactive kind of life-building, life-giving plans in place, that it's going to be even better. So that's, everyone always asks that one. I can't wait to get the question because I think we have a great track record of showing that we are living more into the vision of loving and valuing people than we ever have before.
Toby, I think the first time I heard this saying was from your mouth. You always talk about how there's two different kinds of people in our company. We have loan officers and we have everyone else. We're a sales-centric company. What do we do to continue that mentality going forward, make sure we don't lose that?
When you look at our business, and it's such a shame that it's not that way in many companies, there's two kinds of jobs. One of them is production, and the other one is support. And you really can't have one without the other. It's a team. You can't separate those. And any more than you can separate excellence and culture, things like that.
You could jump in a time machine, Casey. Go back to 2008. Would you change anything?
I don't have any regrets, if that's what you mean. I don't have any regrets. Plenty of mistakes. I mean, I could look to this morning and find some mistakes, but no regrets. I think, I really know, I feel really good that, we throughout this process over the last years, Toby and I and so many others have really committed all that we are to being a movement of change, to really creating something special and building a community that draws people closer to God and loves and values them.